He says a whole year for feasibility studies. You must be joking.
That is very bad. I mean, again, in our vein as a union, as much as we would try to make the public understand the role that our musicians play, that they are in an acting role, we are also always constantly speaking to our musicians that they should be conscious of the moral values of the country that they are operating in. I mean, somebody somewhere could wear that same costume and Lady Gaga could wear it. Nobody would cry, would scream foul about it, because maybe the environment and the moral values of the country they are in is different from the moral values of the country they are in here now. And so we also always advise our musicians to be quite decorous, have decorum in their way of doing things, in their way of dressing, because they should take into consideration the high moral value nature of the country Ghana that we are in. But that not to say we should overly chastise and criticize a female actor or a female actress based on the costume that they wear.
This one is a private party showing is bad.
No, of course.
People have condemned it actually. And I don't know if musical will do something about it, because really, it is really distasteful.
I mean, again, the Musicians Union of Ghana works with our members, and so we would, in our own stride, whatever steps we need to take, we will take.
People are giving thumbs up for championing for the creative arts industry to get its fair share of the budget, 2 million and all that. The budget that the minister, the finance minister delivered, they didn't even mention any figures. They just said, oh, they have started feasibility studies for the creative arts sector and all that. Have you seen the budget as well?
Yes, I have, and of course we've criticized it in other ways. We've commended and criticized. One, when a government mainstreams something in a manifesto and they make steps to grow or stick to their manifesto, for me, then I feel that is responsible governance. But of course, I feel a whole year to do feasibility studies. I feel when the MPP took office in January 2017, they could have begun some of these feasibility studies and be telling us something a bit more concrete, that maybe next year government will be beginning, government will have the legislative framework passed and will be beginning the Creative Arts Fund with a seed money of give or take $10 million or 10 million Ghana cedis. But to say we are still doing feasibility studies, we feel we will challenge government a bit more than that.
So that's the president of the Musician Union of Ghana. Now, remember the few weeks ago, we're talking about the One Africa Festival that took place in Dubai, and the fact that Sarkodie and his team were malhandled and all the issues that came up. Well, Sarkodie is responding to all the issues. He says nothing happened to his team. And then recently, Yemi Alade, who is a Nigerian artist, has accused him of, for lack of a better word, tossing hair. You know, when it comes to collaborations, they've agreed on certain days at certain places that they were going to do a collaboration. She had a song already waiting for Sarkodie just to, you know, like they say in our terms, spit on it. And Sarkodie is refusing to drop the bars. And so she was in Ghana. She made this claim when she joined Obour for Star Chat. Now, Sarkodie has got the chance to respond because he's in the UK for his highest tour, and as a video on social media by Nkoswahini with all the allegations being responded to.
What happened in Dubai was not really a big deal, but I would like to apologize to my fans for not being able to perform. I went there basically to perform for them, but it's rather unfortunate that I couldn't because of the poor organization on the part of event organizers. Confusion broke out backstage with a lot of heckling and shoving, but I and my team were not involved. We had a fundamental problem with the organizers, and it had nothing to do with the brawl backstage. And it's great they apologized. I do not discriminate, but the nature of my work is quite stressful. On the matter of Yemi Alade's discrimination claims, I haven't heard her make those statements myself, but I've seen it on the tabloids. people complain a lot about my features I make because, to be frank, they are quite a lot. How about that? So it's not about discrimination. If I am to do a feature for a musician and there's a delay with timing, then it automatically becomes my fault, right? For instance, I apologized to Freddie Mayweather because I knew what was going on and perfectly understood him. The song he asked me to feature on was quite deep, and I needed time to think about the perfect lines. So I always asked him to be patient with me, but he thought I was deceiving him. Business-wise, I may not make sense, but talent-wise, I simply had to take my time to ensure that I delivered very well on the lyrics. Of course, he's a legend. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with Mayweather? That's why I sincerely apologized to him. But I cannot really react to Yemi Alade's claims because, like I said, I haven't heard her say that myself.
What else?
Now, because at Yemi Alade, I saw a post that indicated that Osakode has finally agreed to join her, do a song. Okay. We don't know whether it's an old post or because we are confused now that Sarkodie is saying he can't react to the issue. We are not sure whether, you know.
But right now, the high, how much is it?
Hey, 20K. You know, it has to be double. But it is very worrying because it's the second person, international artist, the second international artist complaining that, you know,
he made reference
to Mayweather, who told us that, you know, that song is already out. It took him a year, 6 months, and nothing from Sarkodie. And so he should be careful. You know, people are saying that if you don't want to do it, just say, oh, I'm not doing it. Yeah. But, you know, the back and forth thing is not working. Then there's public display of affection. Yes, social media romance, let's call it that. Yvonne Nelson, there's a video by Ghana page of Yvonne Nelson and her baby dad in quotes. Okay. That's Jamie. And let's see what they were doing. This is a snap, very short.
Oh. I don't know. Oh. I don't know. Oh.
Okay, so what I hear is that looks like there's a naming ceremony, and that's where GMU was. That's what people are saying. We don't know how true. Maybe later we'll get to find out. You know, Yvonne and friends have been tight-lipped on this one, and that's good for them because, of course, once we don't know, we can only speculate. Yeah. But they're in white suits, so it goes to, you know, suggest that, well, maybe it could be true. I don't know where that video came from, but that's Yvonne on her snap. Then quickly before I go, I know by now you know that there's some trolling on social media. Now, John Benjamin is out of Ghana, but he won't let us rest.
He won't let who rest?
He won't let John Dumelo rest.
Yes, it is Junior.
Okay, so let's see the tweets. Okay, so Israel can help us.
All right, so woke up at the Dead Sea, had lunch in Turkey, and now landing in London. What a day. And then John Benjamin comes in and says, in London, if I see a freshly repainted V8 with its own private siren trending heading down the embankment, I'll give you a wave. Enjoy your day. And then Mr. John Dumelo comes and says, yep, that's me. I'm picking the queen up for tea.
So that's John Benjamin all the way in the UK, but he still, you know, find.
Yeah, but I've observed a number of his tweets, and in which he's been on the case of John
Dumelo. But it's lovely how John reacts, to the trolls, because somebody would have reacted otherwise. But he also comes back to say, well,
but what can you do? I mean, really, there's very little you can do. You have to probably just take them in, ignore them, or if you have an interesting way of reacting, then you do.
Like this one.
Yeah.
So he's picking the queen up for tea. Now, anyway, that'll be it for entertainment. Thanks for having me.